Hello, welcome. In this video, I am going to explain how to write records in binary mode and how to read the records that were written in binary mode. Along the way, you are also going to see how to append the records, means adding records to the existing records. We are also going to see why using width specifiers that we write in between format specifiers is sometimes better than putting just simple tab spaces in between fields of user-defined objects. Before jumping into the program, let me explain about binary mode. File handling can be broadly classified into two types, high level and low level. Till now, we have been doing high level file handling. In one of the upcoming videos, you are going to see how to do low level file handling. In command line arguments chapter, I am going to demonstrate. Again, in high level file handling, it can be divided into two types, text mode and binary mode. Till now, we have been seeing text mode file handling. In this video, you are going to see binary mode file handling. Now, let me tell you the difference between text mode and binary mode with this example. Let's consider these simple values, two integers and one float value. You know that in RAM, integer occupies 2 bytes irrespective of number of digits. And in RAM, float occupies 4 bytes. But when you store the same value in text mode in hard disk, then number of bytes corresponds to number of symbols in the value. If there are two symbols in the value, then in text mode, it occupies 2 bytes on the hard disk. 5 symbols, 5 bytes. So 11 symbols including dot, 11 bytes. But in binary mode, the number of bytes that it is allocated in RAM, the same number of bytes should be written to the hard disk. So on RAM, this 25 value occupies 2 bytes. On disk also it occupies 2 bytes. In RAM, this value occupies 2 bytes. In disk also, hard disk also it occupies 2 bytes. In RAM, this entire value occupies 4 bytes. Same 4 bytes is allocated on hard disk. So that's the difference between text mode and binary mode file handling. One main advantage is there is no conversion between the amount of memory allocated in RAM and the amount of memory allocated in hard disk. So we can save some time for that conversion. In text mode, conversion has to happen. For example, in RAM, this value occupies 4 bytes, but in text mode, if you write the data in text mode, it has to be converted into 11 byte value and it should be stored. Again, when we read back that value to RAM from hard disk, the 11 byte data has to be converted into a 4 byte data. So that's the main difference between text mode and binary mode file handling. Now let's jump into the program. Let's begin with writing records to a file in binary mode. So we are using the same student structure. Nothing has changed. We have created an object of student structure. We have mentioned some file in some location. For text mode, we used to say W. For binary mode, we have to say just WB. Indicates write in binary mode. We run an infinite loop as usual. Ask the user to enter records. Then this is the change. Earlier, in text mode, writing of records, we used to use fprintf function. In binary mode, we have to use the fwrite function. Say the student object S occupies 50 bytes and there is some starting address for those 50 bytes. So fwrite, what you have to do is you have to mention 4 parameters or 4 arguments. First one being the starting address of the object, then the number of bytes we have to write from that starting address, how many such records should be written? Only one at a time, and the file into which the data has to be written. So these are the 4 arguments that we should pass into the fret function. Let me explain with a figure. So this is the student object that we are talking about. Say yes, say it occupies 50 bytes and its base address or starting address is 100. It contains 4 fields: ID number, name, course, and fees. So into the fret function, what you have to say? What is the starting address? Yes, address of S. And how many bytes should be written? You know that we should not mention the constant 50 directly. We should leave it to the size of operator, because integers size varies from compiler to compiler. Size of S, this is the second argument. Then we have to say how many such records should be written. One time only one such 50 bytes should be written. Then into which file? So whatever file the FP is pointing to. I hope you have understood this program. Now let me execute this program. Let's enter few students' details. Say ID number is 11, name say Messi, a footballer, course C, and fees 3000. One more record, 12, say Pile, say C++, say 3500. One more, say 13, say Maradona, say Java, 5000. One more, say Ronaldo, say Hadoop, say 15,000. Now let's stop. So let's verify whether those records are present in this file or not. So I'm navigating to this location and we'll attempt to open this file. So here it is. Let's open the file. Use some text editor like Notepad or 8+, something like that. You can notice that it is not readable. Only the text data is readable, like person names and course names, which is string. But integers and floats, like the fees values and ID numbers, we can't understand or we can't make out of it. So this is one advantage of binder mode writing records. So the content remains confidential. Even though somebody knows the location of the file and they open the file, they can't make out of it. So we have to write a counter program to get the data, to understand the data. So let's see the reading records program. Okay, same student structure. Now open the file in read mode, read in binary mode. Now use the function. In place of fwrite, we have to use fread digits counter. Earlier we used to say in text mode file handling, we used to use fscanf function, and fscanf function used to return -1 on reaching end of file. But fread function returns 0 on reaching end of file. So this entire thing would be replaced with 0. That's when no need to say not equal to 0. You know, while of 0 is false and loop stops. Well, let me execute this program. Let's see whether we get all those records. Okay, so there it is. But you might have noticed that the element is not proper. So these are the course names. So for the third and fourth record, the course names are not displayed properly under C and C++. They are shifted here because of the task space. Okay, and uneven number of characters in the names. Let's solve this. So instead of using \t, it would be better if you mention the width specifier. Say 5 for IDs, say 20 for names, say another 20 for course, say 10 digits for float values. Let's save it, build, and run the program. Now let's see, is there any difference? Yes, there is a difference. Okay, they're aligned, but not as expected. See, float values are properly aligned, units, tens, hundreds, thousands, so on. But names are not properly aligned. They are aligned towards the right hand side. Names or strings should be aligned towards left hand side. For that you have to say minus and followed by the with specifier. So positive number for integers and float values and a negative width for names. Now see, names are aligned towards left hand side. So if you give negative value, it is aligned towards left hand side. If you give positive value, it is aligned towards right hand side. So let me show one more program. Let's go back to the writing records and show you the append in binary mode. Just change the letter from W to A. That's it. Now let's add few more records. So we entered 11, 12, 13, 14, 4 records. Let's say 21. Let's start with 21 and give some names. Say Virat, course, something like that. Mean, fees, say 15,000. Let's add one more record, 22. Say Rohit, say PHP, say 7,000. Let's stop now. Let's verify by executing the reading records program. Let's see whether it could display all the records. So we can see that the records got appended to the existing records. I hope you understood this concept. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.